True media. Hey, check this out. Most God's people, most of God's people stand alone. And I'm going to tell you why. See, we have the gift of intuition. We have the ability to know when something is not right. We have been blessed with the ability to read people. And for a lot of us, we can see when something not right. We can feel when something not right. And the kind of world we living in today is full of lies and deception. And we have a way of keeping it real. We have a way of wanting to be around authentic people like ourselves. We have a way of going out our way and extending our love to people. But the world today don't show no love. The world today don't keep it real. The world today don't have people whose compassion like God's people. And this is why the majority of us chosen that's of God, this is why we stand alone. This is why we tend to spend a lot of time to ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? This is why we always alone. It's by choice, not by force. It's by choice because we understand that something is just off with the world. Something not right about most people. And we don't have the time to tolerate BS. We don't have the time to be faking and laughing in people's face just to try to make a friend. We don't have time for that, man. And now I really understand why, a lot of us get irritated when we can't spend time to ourselves like we need to. I literally understand and I see why, most people never, they never find themselves in life because they're too busy trying to blend in with the crowd, with the world. And see, so as God's people, we get irritated real fast when it comes to, BS, man. And we just not willing to accept anything and tolerate anything. And that right there is what causes us to stand on our own and stand alone and stay to ourselves. It's a feeling we have when we know somebody ain't right. We know when something ain't right. And most people lack compassion. They don't have the ability to keep it real. They don't. They're not authentic. They put on fake smiles. They walk around with fake love, fake energy, trying to attract real people, and that don't mix. And so as a chosen one or as God's people, you would be sitting back thinking like, man, why is I'm always to the neck? Because you learn to embrace your solitude, your alone time, because you see that that's where the power lies at. That's where the real power is at. You don't have to worry about your peace being integrated. You don't have to worry about forcing nothing or dealing with nothing that you didn't, cause. See, a lot of us, when we try to accept people, we deal with a lot of things that's not our problems, that we didn't cause. And it's always something. when you try to go around people and give people a chance, it seems like it's always something always pop up, something always happen. You always got to come to their defense. You always got to save them with something that they doing wrong in their life. Even though you warn them and tell them time after time again, you shouldn't do that, they still go out there and do it anyway. And sometimes you get tired of trying to save everybody. And it'll isolate you, man, put you in a position of solitude because you understand that most people just hard-headed. They don't listen. And so now you starting to understand how to embrace your alone time, and you see the world for what it is. Most people don't want to grow. Most people don't want to learn. Most people don't want to have no knowledge of where they came from or where they trying to go. You feel what I'm talking about? And so the key is, man, it's not to avoid people, because you have other people who's good people that you can connect with, that you can vibe with. But the people is the key is to avoid BS and things that don't help you grow. And so I'm just giving y'all some thought of why most of God's people is always alone, or most chosen ones always alone. Man, we get tired of trying to come to people aid who don't want to grow. You get tired, man. You dig what I'm saying? And you know that the world don't have no love in it. It ain't no real authentic people who's, just keeping it real or being truthful about life in general. It's hard to run across people that's like you, because most people is full of BS. It can be your family too. Most of your family be full of BS. They stuck on the same shit from 10 years ago. You can't do nothing with that. And you wonder why you always to the neck. Because you learn to embrace your alone time, because you see that people is full of shit. And the beautiful thing about it is, once you realize and see the world for what it is, you accept it for what it is and you move forward without questioning how to change it, because it's just some things you can't change. So remember, man, don't be wasting your real on fake people. Don't be wasting your energy on vampires, man, because that's what we dealing with. We dealing with givers and takers, and a lot of us is givers, and we deal with takers on a day-to-day basis, people who just want to drain us of our resources and our energy. And that causes us to see the ways of people. That causes us to see how people really feel about us. And you will really understand and start to realize that, man, you all you got. You can't be trying to save everybody. You can't be out here trying to help people who don't want to help themselves. So we tend to stay to ourselves. God's people always stay to themselves, always find themselves in a position of solitude for so many reasons. For so many reasons. We just ain't got time to try to fit in with the rest of the world. That's not what we here to do. We not fascinated by the things of the world. It's something in us that keeps us from thinking like everybody else. We're not fascinated with the cars. We're not fascinated with the vacations. We're not fascinated with, the trinkets of the world. We just want peace and freedom for us and those that surround us that stands for this truth. You dig what I'm telling you? And so that's why God's people are always alone. That's why chosen people always run alone. Because, they say, man, wolves run in packs. Hyenas run in packs. But when you was meant to stand out, you won't be accepted into these different groups because you was meant to stand on your own. Like an eagle. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of things, we see the world for what it is, and a lot of things just don't add up when it comes to the way people think. When you get to the point to where you master life and you master the reality around you, you see the world for what it is. And I'm telling you, man, it could be a gift and a curse, because sometimes you have to find some kind of enjoyment out of the little things. And it's hard to find enjoyment, or it's hard to find your joy when you're a child of God or when you're chosen, because, you see the world is full of BS. You can see the world is really, it's so far gone, dog. It would take your joy. And so the goal is to not get discouraged. The goal is to keep your head up. The goal is to enjoy your life. But sometimes, it will put you in a position of solitude and isolate you, because you see it for what it is, and you see that most people would never get or never understand the mission that you was put here to do. They'd never understand the mission that they was called to do. And it's not about things with us. God's people, we don't care about stuff. We don't care about materialism. We care about peace, freedom, righteousness. And it's hard to find other people who's on that same frequency wave, because most people is too busy following after the world. Feel what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you, man, don't give up on the mission. Don't give up on the journey. Stay the course. Stay grounded in truth. No matter who you gotta depart, who you gotta depart from, who you gotta move on from, man, you stay grounded in truth and you stay on your mission. You know what I mean? And remember, you ain't alone. God is in control at the end of the day. You gotta keep pushing forward. But you gotta leave a dead weight in the past. Anything that don't want to grow, You got to leave it alone. That ain't your burden to carry. All right? So until next time, man, I love y'all. I want to just drop this on y'all real quick. God bless y'all, man. Keep y'all head up, man. And stay focused out here. You dig what I'm saying? Till next time, 100. Peace out.